All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. By Hashem Karkadash, that's all praises to the world calls God. His true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh. By Hashem, any other name, and Yahushai being the name of the only begotten Son. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful egg, preaching word and truth and sincerity. On the brother Tazabah, the Great Millstone, Arizona Camp, Lord will, with another video to edify. And, I wanted to make a lesson this morning. I've been thinking about this. I haven't been able to put it together. And, being that it's a Sabbath, I sat down a little bit, so I'm able to go into these things a little more. I just want to start off the day with some prophecy. And you had this Genius Act that passed, right? I think it actually goes into it. You have the Genius Act in the U.S. sit here and implement a bill to create a stablecoin. So I went on ChatGPT and just put in, would the Genius Act in a stablecoin allow programmable money? And the answer was unequivocally yes. It says yes, combining the Genius Act, presumably referring to the government regulatory framework that supports digital assets and innovation, with a stablecoin could allow for programmable money, especially if both are implemented on a blockchain or smart contract capable infrastructure, right? Programmable money. And I guess I'll tie to this one. That no man might buy or sell, because that's where this prophecy is getting you to. We're showing you the elements of, the one of the most important prophecies in the last days, which is that MOTB system, that mark of the beast system is getting set up right now as we speak. Let me get this real quick. I get Revelation 19 and 10 first. Revelation 19 and 10, it says, "And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not, I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy." And that's what we at Great Millstone, starting with our elders and our apostles, right, have preached from the beginning. And now we at the end, and these things are speaking. This is Habakkuk 2 and 2. It says, "And Yahweh answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it." Right? Well, this thing has been made plain over years. Bros have gone in to blockchain technology going back, like 6 years ago, in detail, how that blockchain technology would be used. I myself got videos on my channel going into blockchain. Let me see if I can find one. Let me see. Look, just going back 3 years ago, going into CBDCs. I know I went into blockchain there. Let's see what else. I wish I knew exactly how to literally just scan my videos. Let me do this. Go there, do this. Yeah, I wish I knew how to just scan my videos. I know how to do it when you're on somebody else's channel, but yeah, man. But like I was saying, man, bros have gone in extensively into blockchain, how that stuff works, how it could be tied into the system going back maybe 6 years ago, going into CBDCs, all that, really detailing how this stuff would work and as far as how it would work with buying and selling. And this is just 1 year's worth of work. This is crazy. Hey, call law, y'all about been shy. Yes, the MOTB will be forced. What you gonna do? I know I probably went into it there. Bros have been going into the MOTB. Bros have been constantly looking at this prophecy, scrutinizing through the word, scrutinizing Esau's actions throughout the world to let you know that these things are coming. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And now these things are coming to fruition. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. Because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And the prophecy of the mark of the beast is close. So when I put this information in on ChatGPT, right, it broke down what is programmable money. It says refers to the digital currency that can be coded with rules and logic. It allows automatic execution of transactions based on specific conditions like releasing payment, sending monthly allowances, automatic splitting payments, restricting usage, only food, rent, education, literally. And they can even do it further than that, like saying what kind of food you can get, if you can get food at all, right? If you can even spend money. It says, then it goes into the Genius Act, right? It says, if the Genius Act refers to the U.S. legislation that encourages innovation in fintech, crypto, and digital assets, it could provide legal clarity for using stable coins and smart contracts, right? Support to blockchain infrastructure in public and private sectors, incentives or frameworks for banks, developers, and governments to adopt programmable money. You see, essentially, it sets the legal and regulatory groundwork for programmable money to be used safely and at scale, meaning everybody's going to be put into this, right? Then it goes into what stablecoin is, right? Now, when I went down, I asked it another question after this. Given the swearing in of tech AI personnel from Palantir, could they provide, I put iSystem, a system to manage the programmability of the stablecoin? Now, remember, not too long ago, you had the U.S. Army appoints Palantir, Meta, OpenAI execs as lieutenant colonels. And then right after that, Trump tasked them to make a system, which they already had, to be able to, document everybody, essentially. Now, when you go here, I can go back up to where I was. It says, yes, Palantir, especially given its deep government ties, AI-driven platforms, and recent involvement in federal policy and tech infrastructure, as seen with the swearing in of its personnel of similar figures, is uniquely positioned to provide a system to manage the programmability of stablecoins. Here's how. What could Palantir provide? Palantir builds data integration in AI platforms like Gotham, Foundry, and AIP that are secure, used by military intelligence and governments, scalable, used to coordinate national logistics like COVID-19 responses, real-time, used for decision-making with massive live data. Given the programmable money relies on policy enforcement, data compliance, and real-time tracking, Palantir could help in several key areas: smart governance of stablecoin rules-based engines, smart contract compliance layers, programmable infrastructures, AI oversight and fraud detection, and analyze stablecoin flows for fraud or misuse, detect abnormal transaction patterns in real time, enforce sanctions, red flags, and anti-money laundering rules, policy level data integration. Palantir excels in integration disconnected systems. It could tie the IRS, Social Security Assistance, Department of Homeland Security, HUD, which is like the housing authority or whatever, and other agencies to determine eligibility or rules for programmable money, help lawmakers stimulate policy effects before deployment. What happens if we limit use to green energy goods, create user dashboards for citizens and agencies to track funds, security, privacy, and legal compliance, zero knowledgeable or privacy preserving compliance, auditability, secure identity frameworks. Yes, Palantir, it says in summary, Palantir could absolutely provide systems to manage the programmability of stablecoins, especially for government use cases. And that's what they're going to do. Remember, the plan was, like Cotton Schwab said, you will own nothing and be happy. So if they give you money to program it, you don't own it. It's a loan. And it's a loan for you to use how they say. And they can turn that system off. So when you go back into Revelation, the 13th chapter, and the 15th verse, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship. The image of the beast should be killed, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands or foreheads. Now, if they're sitting there saying that they're going to do a 1-to-1 ratio of the U.S. dollar to the stable coin, because for years people have been able to sit here and take, stock trades. Let's say you have something that's worth 98 cents to the dollar. You trade it for $1. You're not getting a 1-to-1. Somebody's getting over. So they're telling you that now they're going to sit here and have a stable coin that's 1-to-1, right? So you can't fake out the system. So they're going to sit here and program the money to know exactly what everybody has. Then they're going to put rules on the money, right? Everybody's going to have to get in a system like that because you have to live. The scriptures say money's a defense. So that's where it comes in: small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive that mark in their right hands and foreheads. And right now, it hasn't turned into a thing of, putting it in you. But what did Robert F. Kennedy say? Right here from ABC News. RFK Jr. wants everyone to use wearables. What are the benefits and the risk? And it's going to go from wearables to implantables. This is just all a progression. This is all a progression. A wearable you can trick. You can give it on somebody else. They can sit here and use whatever you got. You can have a barter system with a wearable, technically, right? But when they make this thing implantable, and then you tie in a stable coin, when you tie in programmable money to where you can't use it unless your membership to this thing is shown through you getting that C-hip implanted in you. Now it's a whole different thing. It says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right? And this is that no man might buy or sell. And when you go into this, man, and you go into the technology, you go into the word mark, yes, When you go into this, and you go into the technology, you go into the word mark, it means charagma. And then it has two root words, and that the third root word is grapho, which goes into technically blockchain technology. When you look it up, because it goes into record keeping. And that's what this is all gearing towards. We're coming to the time where these things are in your face. And there's been men that lied on these things and didn't tell you the truth. And there's been men that have been faithful and warning you of these things. This is Ezekiel 33:33. It says, and when this come to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. So Bishop Nate, I believe ISUPK, ILJC, the Christians out there, there's a lot of Christian groups out there, Vocab Malone, all deny that the mark of the beast is the impenetrable sea hip. But who's been faithfully teaching these things constantly from the jump and haven't changed? And now they're coming to pass. Now you can't avoid them. Starting with our elders and apostles, it's been the men of great millstone. You can't get around it. There's no finagling or twisting away from that. It is what it is, what it is. Right? This scripture told you, speak down the ears of my people. What is that? 2 Ezra 15. Yeah, 2 Ezra 15:1, it says, behold, speak down the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, say Yahweh, and cause them to be written paper, for they're faithful and true. This is what we've been teaching the whole time, and now these things are coming. You're not going to be able to buy and sell. This is a system for them to sit here and control the masses. All right? I just wanted to bring out some information in a couple scriptures. But this is where we're going. This is where prophecy is going. It's going to go from wearables to implantables, and the system is already set. Shalom.